Here we have probably one of the most used card decks out of my whole collection, and as you can see, the box is pretty banged up, the cards are pretty banged up. It had gold gilding, which is very faded now. It looks very scraggy, but I'm sort of proud that this deck does look really scruffy because it means it's been well used and well loved, and I've gifted many readings. We're talking thousands of readings with this deck, and it's Talking to Heaven by Doreen Virtue and James Van Praagh. Now, I'm currently reading a book by James Van Praagh called Ghosts Among Us, and you can see on the screen there that the many decks I have here, which is sealed, I give them away to people because I feel like if you're going through grief, it's such a nice deck to have. I actually bought them when Doreen Virtue said she was no longer doing this work, and I actually thought, oh my goodness, they're going to stop printing them. But thankfully now her name's been removed and it's just James Van Praagh on the cover. So that's what's happened to any card deck that she has put forward, like which she co-authored with somebody else. So thankfully they can keep this going, but it is such a beautiful card deck. Now, I think at the time she had already printed about 20 Oracle and Tarot decks, and this is James Van Praagh's second deck. His first deck was Journey of the Soul's Lesson cards, and can I just tell you, I actually have all of his card decks. They are so well written and beautifully done. So we will go through this. I will pull a card at the end. I will read the booklet. Again, be very mindful of fake and fraudulent decks when you're buying them online. Make sure that they have the guidebook, because there's no use buying a card deck without a guidebook. It's no good to you. So just keep that in mind. But this is also to Doreen's third deck that she used photography in. I think it's only the third one. I know one was the butterflies, one was the past lives, and this is the Talking to Heaven. If I'm wrong or if I don't know of any others, please let me know. But James Van Praagh is such a great teacher. I've done a lot of his courses. I personally used to run a Facebook group where people could practice their mediumship. He's such a giving medium. Like there's so many that's in the public eye, but when you look at his social media, he gives so much information out, and he also replies. Like if you ask him a question on YouTube, he'll always reply, or his writer will always reply. So he's such a giving man. So definitely, if you haven't got your hands on this deck, definitely it is one that is well worth getting if you do mediumship readings, but also too if you know of a friend and they're going through grief or going through something, it's just a nice present. So that's what we've got. So I am going to pull a card. I'm going to read from the guidebook the meaning of the card, so it gives you an idea about how the guidebook is done. As always, the links for this book or for this card deck will be in the description box, so you can still purchase this. You'll just have James Van Praagh's name on it. And the card that you'll soon see me pull out is Don't Be Afraid. And in the booklet it reads, my transition has changed everything for both of us, and you may be frightened of the future as a result. Please know that you have nothing to fear. My love, rest assured that all of heaven is watching over you, including me. Although you can't be in my physical presence any longer, you definitely can rely on my spiritual presence. So it's just beautiful, soft words. It does continue. I've just got to flick the page over. I'm doing this with one hand, and you can see there on the screen that the gold gilding has worn off. And that's how I really want all of my deck of cards to be, banged up, dirty, well used. It means that I've gifted so many, and I'm talking thousands of readings. I must honestly do at least every day when I go on live on TikTok or YouTube, I must do at least, 30 readings a day. So add that up over 7 years and it's a hell of a lot of readings. I will continue. When in many ways is much more powerful than when my soul was limited by my body. My love for you has increased now that I'm no longer restricted or distracted by physical demands, and with my increased love for you, I'm able to help you even more. So it's just a beautiful message. So there you go. You can see, it looks like even smoky, but it's not. It's just my dirty, grotty hands. It's been all over this deck for many years in many readings. So I really hope that you can get your hand on this deck. I really hope that I've opened you up to a wonderful deck that's just been very inspirational to me, helps so many people that is grieving. So it's a lovely deck. And don't forget to do all the wonderful YouTube things, like, comment, share, post below. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps my channel. Until next time.